Hey, it's Father Time. Welcome. We are here at Kennedy International Airport in a PMDG 777 300. We're just going to fly from, on behalf of PMDG from Kennedy with some kind of foggy weather around here. Can't see the city. Normally the Freedom Tower is out in this area. Empire State's over in that area. There's an engine out procedure. We're going to go up over the scores 3 Yankee transition, sort of like I did yesterday when I had the dual engine failure. I have another random malfunction planned for today. Random. Not going to tell you what it is, but we're going to London. I got a feeling we ain't going to get there. But anyway, let's take off without further ado and get going to London Heathrow. It's at 50%. Today I wanted to do airspeed unreliable, but you can't program that in the PMDG triple. All right, let's go. Toga. Going to look at 80 knots, make sure we don't have any clogged pitot-static systems. We would definitely abort. 80 knots, cross check with the 3 airspeed indicators. Look good. Center line, center line. Don't never give up center line. Probably about 12 to 15 degrees on London weights. Right up into the command bars. Trim, trim. Trim's your friend. There we go. Gears coming up. So yeah, this little departure we're doing here is pretty much similar to the engine out. So Kennedy departure, American 106 heavies out of 1,300 for 5,000. American 106 heavy, roger, fly the scores departure, Yankee transition. Scores departure, Yankee transition, American 106 heavy. Start bringing the flaps up, lowering the nose a little. Strangely, this is if we were to lose an engine, the engine out SID will come up, and this is very similar ground track, except we'd maintain probably 3,000. And American 106 heavy, Kennedy departure, you can climb, maintain 1,000, and turn left, heading 090. 1,000, left 090, American 106 heavy. Doesn't want to do it, does it, guys? And flaps up. After takeoff checklist. Yeah, so just like yesterday, if you want to watch a dual engine fire demonstration, we did that yesterday. Nothing quite that dramatic today, but we're on our way, Kennedy to London. Climb to 11. Flying the Yankee transition. We've been cleared off the transition, so we're in heading and climbing to 1,000. And usually they do this to get you out of the way of the arrival traffic coming in. And somewhere as we make our big turn back, and we get up in this area right here, they'll clear us direct to Grecky. American 106 heavy, clear direct Grecky. Climb, maintain flight level 330. Direct Grecky, flight level 330. American 106 heavy. $330, guys. There's 10,000. Let's get 33 set. 10,000. So we'll do our chime. Desterilize. Pressurization is good. After takeoff, climb check is complete. So what are we doing here? We are going up to 33 and going LNAV direct to Grecky. Our route of flight today is going to take us up over, see if I can show you. Put some airports up here. Up over the Boston area. There's Islip, New York. That's Hartford, Connecticut. It's actually taking us kind of inland up near Albany. Then we'll fly up over to the east of Montreal, up over towards Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, south of Greenland, south of Iceland, as we make our way over to England. Going to approach from the north today, expecting an early arrival. Here comes our 18, climbing like a crazy babe. So there's a transition altitude. Standard, standard, standard. Come up on the overhead. Turn out the lights. And we just leave the beacon navs lights on, strobe lights on. And that's it. File for 35. Our max altitude today is 37. Usually we try to stay in the 300, 100 feet below the max. Gets a little tight if you don't. 200 about 1500. Recommending 33 now. And American 106 Heavy, climb maintain, flight level 350. The 350, American 106 Heavy. All right, LNAV, VNAV, that's it. In about an hour and about 40 minutes or so, we'd be picking up our North Atlantic clearance via CPDLC. There are backup plans. The third pilot at this point would do the brakes, calculate all the brakes, then they'd head back. Let's look outside. Nice, huh? Little cinematics for you. PMDG 777-300 coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator soon, at which time I'll return to Microsoft Flight Simulator just to fly this bad boy. If you haven't flown with me before, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, my ugly mug is in the bottom right-hand corner. You can subscribe that way. And join our Discord if you want. If you have any problems, send me a comment. Got Guy Benchy has been running that for me. Got a nice community going. I think we're about 715 or so at this moment. There we are, obviously leveling off. Probably nicer than I could have done it. Okay, here's a little of what our Discord looks like. Got a bunch of things on here. I'm a VATSIM community, Cross the Pond, which is the North Atlantic Crossing. I subscribe to them. VATSIM, TFDI, well, that's the MD-11 coming up soon. I already bought a pre-order on that. I'll return to Microsoft Flight Simulator when that comes along too. I have a couple of thousand hours on that. Anyway. Oh boy. Oh boy. I heard a beep beep. Something's going on. What could it be? Altitude alert. I don't know. It blew past the altitude while I was out there playing with you guys. We are in VNAV. We're in LNAV. Not sure why it did that, but it did. That's what I get for being a show-off with the chase plane stuff. Yeah, 35's in there. Everything's armed. Altimeters are set, both sides. I don't know. This is when you report severe turbulence, and that's what caused the altitude deviation. Just lie. No. Let's do 0.83. That will hard tune that. Try to see if I can figure out what's going on here. No, I don't know. I don't know why it didn't level off. Maybe because I was in chase plane. It didn't like me not paying attention. Fussy little guy. All right, so here we go. So the other guy would calculate the brakes. We put reminders in the box for the brakes when you come back. It's up to the captain. Look at this. This is kind of errant. Look at that Mach speed, guys. This is interesting. I did not program this. Remember I told you I was trying to do airspeed unreliable? Let me look across the cockpit here. They're both showing same. The Mach airspeed indicator appears to be messed up. Let me go here and go to mock. Look at that. That is messed up. That is too funny because I did not intend. When I first came down here today, I was going to do airspeed unreliable. I studied it. I got some examples of accidents that occurred as a result of airspeed unreliable, and couldn't find a way to program it. So I put in a different malfunction. So this one is obviously having some major problems. It doesn't know what Mach it's at. Don't know what's going on with that. Let me see. Obviously, we would not continue. This isn't the problem I calculated. This isn't even it. But we would not go to London with airspeed issues. We have no way of entering the ETOPS airspace. RSVM required separation vertical maneuvering equipment without a Mach indicator. Maybe it's something in the box. Hang on a second. I was in here playing around with the malfunctions. PMDG. Let me go aircraft, displays, Fahrenheit. Don't know. Don't know. Well, we can't go anywhere with this. Definitely can't go. So we would definitely return to Kennedy at this point without a Mach indicator, because we have no way of knowing what our Mach is. If this is have minimum equipment on the RVSM. That explains why it didn't level off. It doesn't know what its airspeed is. Yeah. The company would want us to come back into Kennedy, so let's do that. Oh, New York. American 106 Heavy. American 106 Heavy, New York. Okay. Yeah, we are having an airspeed indicator malfunction. We'd just like to return to Kennedy. Roger, sir. Are you declaring a PAN or a Mayday? No, sir. We're operating normally. We just can't go across the North Atlantic with this indication. Okay, American. Turn left heading 270. Left heading 270 and maintain 350. Left 270, maintain flight level 350 for American 106 Heavy. All right. I'm going to have the number 3 pilot there, Bob. He hasn't left the cockpit yet.
Traffic.
That's interesting. None of these are my malfunctions. There he is, 800 feet below us. Kind of tells me maybe our altimeters are wrong. I wonder if it has something to do with active sky. I don't know. Let me just turn that off. Let me shut it down. Yeah, look at that. Active sky is now off. Did we get back our Mach speed? No. It is too funny that airspeed unreliable was what I wanted to do today, and I couldn't get it to do it. So we still don't have a Mach indicator. Let's do this. Not completely unrealistic, guys. So now I've gone to just flight level change down to 35. I'm going to take it out of vertical nav. Okay, so I'm going to have the other guy tell the flight attendants we're going back to New York. Be landing in 20 minutes. And I'm going to have the flight attendants, him also make a PA to the people, decrease my workload. We'll go in the box. We'll tell the company we've had an airspeed indicator that does not, it's really a Mach indicator, doesn't allow us to go onto the RVSM airspace in the North Atlantic. We have a cargo fire now. All right. That I did program. So I say my aircraft. You'll say Roger, your aircraft. And I say Mayday, 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 New York, American 106. We'll get back to you, sir. Maintaining 350. We have a cargo fire returning to Kennedy. American 103, 106 heavy, or Roger. So guys, I'm going to go to the box. Alternates. JFK is our closest alternate. So we're going to go there. And American 103 heavy, I'd like to go direct to JFK. Direct JFK, American 103 heavy. Okay, so let's go to the overhead. And I'll say checklist. And we're going to go into the box right here. Checklist. Cargo fire. All right, so we've had some sort of explosion down there. We have cargo fire in the forward and the aft. Cargo fire arm switch armed. Go to the overhead. Cargo fire arm switch armed. We're going to go aft and discharge. Forward. Discharge. I don't know. Guys, this might be a real problem because we've got dual fires, so we have some sort of catastrophic fire. We're going to call back. We're going direct to Kennedy now. And closest runway is probably 22 left. An American, so we're going to have to land against traffic. It's an emergency. Hold on a second. On the ground, landing altitude, select a pull. We're going to change our alternate route here. JFK, JFK, alternate. We took off on 31 left. We'll go back to 31 left for now. Intersection, alternate, direct Zax here. Proceeding direct Zax. And distance to the field, 52 miles, so we got to get our butts down. Yeah, we don't have enough bottles to fight two fires, do we? So, maybe there's a closer airport, guys. We cannot fly around with a cargo fire. So he calls back, and we're going to start descending down to 3,000 feet. Flight level change. Full speed brakes. Emergency descent. He's going to call back. I'm going to ask them if they see anything. And they're going to say, yes, we actually smell something, sir. And it smells like burning. The floor is a little mushy to touch. Roger that. All right. Closest airport is definitely, we're only 20 miles from LaGuardia. So we're going to go to Kennedy, request runway, let's see, 22 left, 22 right. It's the longest runway. Roger, you're cleared as requested, American. So we're going to come back in here, and 22 right is against traffic, but we got to get this thing on the ground. I go to Kennedy guys, LaGuardia guys, but by the time we get down, I'm going to go right direct to the marker. By the time we get down, we don't have time to get down because we're only 22 miles and we're way up in the sky. So we've talked to the people. We made a PA. Continue the checklist. Top of descent, landing altitude, so we don't need that. Plan alert, the nearest suitable alternate. We're doing that. Checklist is complete. All right, so guys, we have a real problem because we don't have enough bottles to fight the forward cargo. We've got the aft cargo out, and they're smelling it. So we basically are in a mad dash to the ground. We've notified ATC, notified the people, made a PA, notified the flight attendants. Tell them, give them their test information, which is time to landing, which is just about 12 minutes. Type what the emergency is. We have a cargo fire. We've talked to them about that. The signal we're going to use, which is going to be emergency evacuation signal, right here, followed by evacuate, 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 and then we're going to give them the time, about 15 minutes. All right, let's go back in here. Not good. So we'll just say that we probably had a catastrophic fire. We're coming down to 20. Let's get the gear down. That'll help us get down, right? Got full speed brakes, gear, and we're not worrying about 250 below 10. That's for darn sure. we'll see how we do here. This is one serious issue. So we are not going to get down in time. So I'm going to tell him we need a left 360. Quit as requested. And that auto rolls out on time. All right, coming up out of 18, altimeters. 3001. 3001. DH is MINS is 212. Set that. Actually, guys, I'm not sure. That is our DH for 22 right. You know what? Let's go to 22 left. Back in here. Departure gives a little more time to get down. We'll go direct Zalpo. It's FAF. Now, can we get down now? Yeah, let's go LNAV, direct Zalpo. I think we'll be able to do it from here. All right, so we briefed the company via ACARS, briefed center, declared our Mayday, not worrying about 250 below 10. We've got all the lights on the overhead. Yeah, that's funny. That was a series of very strange things there. Weather's not great. Got the ATIS checklist. Let's go to the checklist. Even though it says gear disagree. Why? Why gear disagree? I think it's going well. Because there's no gear. And I think the gear is not coming down because we're above 270 knots. Okay. This is a lot of fun. I'm kind of digging this. Let's do our redo direct Zalpo. And we'll come up to the overhead. Overspeed. Yeah. The least of our worries. All right. Direct Zalpo again. I'm sorry. That was wild. Arm the spoilers. Yeah, Zalpo, we're going direct. Why do they want it? Why does it want the altimeter? Did it go back to standard?
Altimeter setting.
No. 2921 now. You know, guys, it doesn't want to slow down. Do we have airspeed unreliable here? Maybe we have airspeed unreliable. Sure seems like we're going fast, doesn't it? Oh no. I don't think that's the altimeters. It was 3001 when we took off. Yeah, strange. Don't try this at home. The gear is not coming down. There it goes. Yeah, it's weird. It's saying when we took off the altimeter was 3001. Now it's 2921. So that ain't right. Let's do this. Go down there. Put in that. And there we go. Low capture, glide slope capture. I should just publish this because it's so banged up. All right, so I programmed airspeed unreliable. I wanted to. Couldn't get it to work, so I decided I'll do something else. I'll do dual cargo fire en route to London. So here we come. We're flying in now. We're coming back in. There's 3001 altimeter when we took off. Now it's 2921 in snow, which I did not program. So I'm going to land this thing and chalk this one up. We're going to fire here. Autopilot's off. Stable. And we're going to probably end up in a ground evac situation, guys. So I'm briefing the tower that our intention will be to stop straight ahead. We have to have a cargo fire. The ground control, the fire trucks, tell them we want the forward cargo and aft cargo shot. We have indications of a fire remaining in the forward cargo. And we'll stop straight ahead. We'll say remain seated, remain seated, remain seated, so that we can get the evacuation checklist done. And now I know we do have a cargo fire because the flight attendants were said they smelled something. The floor felt a little mushy.
Approaching minimums.
So I'm pretty confident that we have a cargo fire. So I'm planning on an evacuation. Even though I hate to do evacuations, people do get hurt. Yeah, your face is a sink rate.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Stop. I know I planted it, guys, but we have to. I have no control. Oh, the gears. Is the gear not down? I think it's going pretty well. Gear's down. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Brakes are parked. Seatbelt signs off. Let's do evacuation checklist. Yeah. Parking brakes set. Remain seated, ladies and gentlemen. It's your captain. Remain seated, remain seated, remain seated. And then outflow valves manual and full open, which they already are. They're manual and full open. And come back down. And then fuel control switches cut off. They're cut off. Cut off. Yeah, this is the captain. Evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. Start that. Want to make sure you get the engines down before you do it. Flaps are all the way down. Fuel control PA. Evacuation is on. It's silence. ATC, we're evacuating on the runway. We notified them. No engine fire. And that's it. And we are evacuating for fire on the indication on the forward. And they come on, they say, yes, sir, you are showing a fire in the forward. Recommend evacuation. And in fact, we're already doing it. You know, what in the heck was that? What in the heck was that? So we're evacuating. Our duties are the FOs get out the first door with a megaphone, assist in evacuation, go down the side, keep people away from the fire, assist in evacuation. Captain, I go down, check all the lavatories, go out the last exit, and then assist in evacuation out there. They want you to put your jacket on or your hat if you have it, so you look like someone official. Wow. So, what happened? We were on a little London flight. I had programmed dual cargo fires so that I had to divert. And there's not enough fire bottles to fight two cargo compartments at once. It immediately discharges one on the 300. Then it slowly discharges another 5 bottles. But we didn't have anything left for the forwards. We had a massive fire down there. I don't know what happened, an explosion, lithium battery that was spreading quickly. I don't know, but it got into forward and aft fire cargo compartments. So something that could have been sabotage. But before that, right, we had airspeed malfunction, didn't have a Mach indicator, started to divert back into Kennedy because we can't go on the North Atlantic without a Mach speed indicator. It's part of our minimum equipment. Somewhere in there, the altimeter goes from 3001 to 2921 as we make our approach. It goes from this to stormy weather. The sim took control of my flight. But you know what? Here we are, right? We wasn't pretty. We made we're also getting gear disagree messages. Yet the gear was showing down. That went away, but on final, we kind of got like a turn that the rudders weren't working, by the way, either. I got to get the heck out. I'm going to give this one back to maintenance. I don't ever want to see this airplane again. This is Father Time. Don't forget to subscribe. No idea what I just showed you. Okay, thanks for your support, guys. See you later.